Welcome to our complete step-by-step guide for beginners on how to grow microgreens. Microgreens are young vegetable and herb plants that are harvested just a few weeks after germination. They are packed with nutrients and add delicious flavor and texture to salads, sandwiches, and many other dishes. In this video, we'll show you everything you need to know about growing microgreens at home. Before we get started, let's take a look at what you will need to grow microgreens. You will need seed trays or containers, potting soil, seeds, a spray bottle, and a light source like a grow light or a sunny window. You may also want to use a humidity dome to keep the seeds moist during germination. The first step in growing microgreens is to prepare the soil. Fill your seed trays or containers with potting soil, leaving about half an inch of space at the top. Moisten the soil with a spray bottle, but be careful not to make it too wet. You want it to be damp but not muddy. Then, use your fingers or a rake to level the soil and remove any lumps. Now it's time to plant the seeds. Sprinkle the seeds evenly over the soil, making sure not to overcrowd them. How much seed you use will depend on the size of your containers and the type of seeds you are planting. Cover the seeds lightly with soil and then mist with water. You want to keep the soil moist during the germination process. To germinate the seeds, you need to keep them moist and warm. Place the seed trays or containers in a warm spot, ideally around 70 degrees Fahrenheit. You can use a heat mat to keep the soil warm if necessary. Cover the trays with a humidity dome or plastic wrap to keep the moisture in. After a few days, you should start to see sprouts emerging from the soil. Once the seeds have germinated, it's time to provide them with light and water. Place the trays or containers under a grow light or in a sunny window. Water the microgreens regularly with a spray bottle, being careful not to overwater them. You want to keep the soil moist but not waterlogged. In a few weeks, your microgreens will be ready to harvest. When your microgreens are about 2 inches tall, it's time to harvest them. Use a pair of scissors to cut them just above the soil line. Rinse them in cold water and then use them immediately or store them in an airtight container in the fridge for up to a week. Microgreens are perfect for adding freshness, texture, and nutrition to your favorite dishes. Enjoy!